ear.
Let's see.
They say that COVID coming back to Erie. Oh my god.
You knew that was going to happen.
COVID's coming back. Everybody's going outside,
coming back
around. It's all coming back again.
All you just want to play around, man. They think it ain't real, you know.
Everybody's out there. You see everybody out there.
But
yeah, they busted a party. Trying to bust a party last night.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Somebody was having a basement party. 30 people in the basement.
All right, man. You nerds getting ready to talk about some good old-fashioned Saturday morning cartoons?
Fuck yeah, let's do it, man.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Let me, yeah, it's good enough. I'll turn,
No, wait a second.
Yep.
You doing Saturday morning cartoons today? Or is that next time?
No, we're doing it right now, man.
Oh, I thought I thought we were still doing it. What are we saving the
Assassins for a Wednesday.
For Wednesday, yeah.
Oh, see, I'm ready for. Okay, I mixed it up. I got that mixed up.
Man. Trust me.
Did you get that, Jim? Did you get my list?
Yeah.
You got that
That's on
list.
my list though. I'm slacking
I
on
can do
that.
Saturday morning cartoons without a list. Okay.
No, man. This is just I consider this to be a bit of a filler episode for us to get into the big one on Wednesday. I just need some time. I just need some time, to be honest.
We did you time how long the last one went? That was like 2 hours, I think.
No, it was an hour. We just did a half hour.
Was it 1 hour?
It was one
Yeah.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
8 to 9? 8 to 9? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's over an hour. You know.
A little bit over an hour.
Yeah, trust me. Like I keep a pretty close watch on the time and everything. But yeah, it was right on about an hour.
I loved it. I mean, it was awesome.
That was a football, man.
So much content.
Oh yeah, this assassin one, man. So just for those who are getting ready to tune in, so this coming Wednesday, so a few days from now, we're going to be doing a live draft with the three of us, selecting our favorite assassins of all time. Like we're going to do a draft of assassins, and it's going to be through all the different genres. So you're going to see anime, you're going to see comic books, you're going to see movies, TV, whatever fictitious assassin is out there. It's live, and just for some parameters, we're all going to be operating from the same pool and everything. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be dope. It's going to probably be our best show ever. It's going to be the one that's going to get Hollywood to go, man, these guys need to be on like FXXX or something like that.
FXXX. Well, damn.
Hell yeah. I'm about to get me some of that.
Are you sure you want to be on that shit? Sounds like a
yeah.
ready to happen.
I mean, I've opened myself up to criticism, but yeah, I'm down. Oh man, but for today, I think we want to just do something a little bit off the cuff. I actually wanted to initially do like in honor of The Last Dance from the whole Jordan saga, and
hey.
Yeah.
Fuck Jordan.
Hey!
I'm still on it. Jordan.
Well, just because he made the shot on your squad?
Only person because he's a winner. He's the best.
Only person in the world. I'm on an island. I love it.
Wow. Are you on team LeBron's better than Jordan?
Oh no.
Okay.
You got common sense.
No, like him.
Oh, he's a dick. No doubt about it.
That's a dumb debate. That's a dumb debate anyway. You can't listen. Who got the most range?
Bill Russell. Hey, speaking of which, man, as a little bit of a deviation, did you guys see the last Game of Zones?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just.
Yes.
I did. Yeah. I'm like, what is that?
So
it was alright.
It was disappointing. If they were trying to do a satire of the last episode of Game of Thrones and how disappointing that was, they did a good job, because that was just as disappointing.
That's a good point. That is what they were doing then. That had to be what they were doing.
Yeah.
It had to be what they were doing.
No.
They had to be doing that.
25.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That battle could have been so much more epic, and
They didn't show the battle at all.
yeah.
It was dark.
Yeah, they kept it accurate, man.
Yeah,
dude-
exactly. You can't see anything, and it's like, oh,
But dude, can I tell you, as someone who's done animation, I understand why they did that dark, because holy shit, that's a lot of work.
I think that was the joke.
Yeah, it was the joke.
It was dope, yeah, for sure.
It's
The
definitely
copy
the joke,
was
but
wrong.
you would have think that they could have, if they wanted to, like found a way to show like snippets of the actual attack between Jordan and LeBron instead of just going, oh, he's come back on this train or this wagon, whatever, and now he won. It's like, what?
I think the whole, like you said, it's all play on the show itself. Like all the disappointments and everything that was wrong at the end, especially at the end of the Paul Pierce. I was like, what?
Yeah, no.
But,
I was like,
but it's
"Are you
funny
kidding?"
though, because that is what happens at the end. Paul
Yeah.
Pierce is in the wheelchair, and the crow is in gets the crown.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's exactly what happened.
I was, and
But the
it's
three-eyed
funny.
Ravens, the three-eyed Raven in this one was Larry Bird. It wasn't Paul Pierce.
Yeah,
The
but Paul
three-eyed
Pierce
raven
was in the
had Paul
wheelchair.
Pierce is in the wheelchair.
Right.
He's the one in the wheelchair, and he ends up in with the crown, just like yeah. So that they tied it all together. They made it disappointing, but they also put the guy in the wheelchair with the crown at the end. Yeah, everyone knew what was going on. It's confusion.
Oh man, dude, let me tell you. I mean, I thought it was funny that Paul Pierce was essentially writing the whole history.
Yeah.
No.
Because it's the truth.
I know.
I was like-
I was like,
that-
what the hell?
That is
That-
definitely Paul Pierce thing.
Did you see him? Did you see him defend his stance about keeping LeBron on top 5, and everyone's been smashing him for being, a hater, being jealous, or whatever, and not being legit, not being a real answer? His defense was like the best defense ever, though.
What he said?
Did you see it?
No.
No.
Him and Jay Williams, who's
Yeah.
like just sucks everybody who's current. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He was like, how would you keep him off the? And then what the fuck did he say? Paul Pierce, he got pissed. He got Paul Pierce on a basketball court mad on ESPN during a little video chat. It was game face Paul Pierce.
Oh,
He-
shit.
You see, look in the camera. He was like, they said, this is my top 5. He said, my top 5 is Jordan, Kareem.
Oh, my audio's lost.
Yeah, I lost you, Z.
Yeah, okay, I'll say it again, Z, because I lost audio on you. Hey.
Z?
Came in and blanked the fuck out. But anyway,
There you
his
go.
top 5 was like unstoppable. It was like he said it. He said, "Now what?" And then I was like sitting there like he was mad because
Wait, hold on. You gotta say that top 5 again, bro, because I missed that.
he had. I can't remember. I can't remember all 5, but they were all real. It started with Jordan, Kareem, Russell, Kobe, and it's fucking 5th one. Oh my
Magic?
God. I just forgot it.
Magic. Had to be Magic.
It probably Magic.
You sure it wasn't
was
Paul
like,
Pierce?
It was like, the way he said it, and the people he said, it was like, that was it. There's no more argument. And I went, oh, damn. Yeah, he's right. I hate Paul Pierce. But I was like, he was right.
Well, not only that, you can't be considered the best when you have a really bad losing percentage in the finals.
He's been a 10. I don't know. I can just
He's been a
say
10?
I've been a 9 of them, whatever. I mean, he's really.
Been to 10
Wait,
of them, and he's
whether or
won
not
one
whether or
three?
not you win, whether the titles issue is ridiculous anyway. Because you can't win without someone else great.
Like I mean, this is a very bad argument, so don't kill me on it. But if you look at the record, you would have to say that Terry Bradshaw and Joe Montana are a better quarterback than Tom Brady, because Tom Brady, even though he won more, he lost a lot more. He has more Super Bowl losses. The only quarterback that has more Super Bowl losses than him is Jim Kelly. If you want to play that like that.
But his wins.
Oh yeah. His wins definitely outnumber his losses. I would
Yeah, but
say,
Brady's 6-3, 3 Super Bowl losses?
I'm just saying, like if you look at percentage.
But that don't make no sense. I can't go with that one.
No, I'm
Agree,
not.
that's
It's just a contrarian argument, just to say like winning percentage and everything isn't there. Like I would say like out of his final like bronze, final performances were, I mean, yeah, he's only won what 3 out of how many? 9, something like that.
9.
Yeah,
Yeah, 9.
the best finals performance I ever seen in anybody that I've ever seen was his first run against Golden State.
Oh yeah.
That was the greatest playoff run, and they lost the motherfucker. I'm like sitting there like this dude just showed the fuck out. I was sitting there like every game. It was like, I mean, but he's the only one there. Love was done. Love was out. Kyrie was out. Right as they ran through the playoffs. He got there, and it was the best performance I've ever seen. But he lost.
Yeah, he lost.
I ain't never seen nobody play like that on the final stage. Never seen this shit.
And that's my argument. Other than those Heatles teams, like I take that as, because that was a kind of stacked squad. Most of LeBron's finals have been, they've just been some sub-average. Like, he's carried that team. Like, you look at what, they went to the finals the year that Kyrie left. And the year then the next year LeBron left. Where's Cleveland now?
Yeah.
When he was with the Heat, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Celtics and the Pacers, those are the best squads they've had in years.
Oh yeah.
Those teams were so good. For them to beat them, those games went to 6-7 games. Both, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the Eastern Conference Finals, you know what I mean? Anybody could have won those series, and they won because LeBron made them win. Now the finals game, yeah, you need everybody to beat the West. I understand that, but LeBron played his best games in those games.
Yeah.
Those are not bad teams. I mean, the Celtics won a title. The Celtics team won a title. Indiana, if they could somehow find a way to Paul Pierce healthy.
Verticality.
I mean,
Paul George.
Not Paul Pierce, but Paul George healthy. Yeah, I mean, like, a healthy Paul George back then was a great fucking player. That was a great team,
Yeah.
But Miami was just too much, and LeBron played his best games. And I mean, I've watched that kid for since he was fucking 16 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he went to my team, and then I ain't seen nobody play that.
Well, I will go
the
LeBron.
argument is legit because there were 5 guys on that list that were better than him. And I can say that. I can say
like
there
Jordan.
those 5 guys are better than him.
I don't know if there's 5 guys that are like. Maybe there's 2 that are better. Like, in my opinion, LeBron. Like, what LeBron can do on the basketball court, I'm taking winning aside. Like,
I'm not even just going winning. I'm saying, like, those guys are 5. There are 5 people better right now. Now, if he plays, let's say, 4 more years max, and he does some shit with that next 4 years, if he wins that scoring title over Kareem,
yeah,
yes, 2 more titles.
That's highly possible. That's highly
I mean,
possible.
like, then this art is gonna be, you know what I mean? Then what are you gonna do? Then I have to give it to him. Again, like another guy said though about him, his body work is done. His body work is done. LeBron can still build on his body of work.
That's like saying, okay, well, Karl Malone's the second on the list as far as scoring.
Yes.
But that's like, does anybody put Karl Malone in the top 5?
No, because he has no titles. And he's got 2 finals appearances.
I think even if he,
but we already put.
one.
I mean, dude, all of us have respectively in our list last week, our last show, we put Charles Barkley ahead of Karl Malone. All of us.
Yes, because I enjoyed the way he played.
Yeah.
More than that's a basketball player to me.
He's much more diverse. I think he's a much more diverse player than Karl Malone.
Yeah.
But Charles has more points because he plays a certain way. But I'm a point guard, point guard.
Charles was one of the first players I've seen. One of the first power forwards I've seen consistently shoot a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
It's like his 92, 93, 94 seasons in Phoenix were unbelievable. Unreal numbers.
And he can handle the ball full court.
Yeah. And his nickname was the round mound of rebound.
Getting the rebound and dribbling full court through traffic and dunking, shit like that. No one did that shit back then.
No.
So,
no big man at least.
But going back to LeBron, like I still like as I sit here, like, do I think Kareem is better than LeBron? No, I don't actually think Kareem is better than LeBron. I don't think Magic is better than LeBron.
I don't know. I can't say that because I remember watching Magic's Lakers teams were the most fun teams I've ever seen in my life play.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put Magic ahead of LeBron.
Magic's teams were the most. Magic is Magic for a reason. That motherfucker bad. Like he was bad. Now talk about do it all. That's do it all. Could deliver clutch.
Yeah.
Beat Larry in college. Beat Larry in the pros. I mean, like, dude, that dude was super special.
But LeBron does the exact same type of thing. Do you know who has the most playoff game-winning shots? It's LeBron.
That's what I said y'all last week, I think.
Yeah.
The most playoff game-winning shots.
Yeah, LeBron has most buzzer beaters.
Yeah, that's what it's playoffs. That's what it is.
In the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah. So
How the hell is he 3-9 in finals?
Because most of the time when he's in the finals, he's with sub-average teams. I mean, he ran into the Golden State buzzsaw. Like, just like think about it. So
it's not even that though. That Golden State team, the loss of 2 All-Stars on his team before that first series, they would never have beaten them. They beat Golden State twice last year.
Yeah,
it was not going to be.
Yeah. Like, but just think about it. Like, he's carried lesser teams. Like his first finals appearance with the Cavaliers, that was the
worst finals team ever.
Yeah, that was an awful team. In Miami, I mean, he was 500 in Miami. He just ran into Dirk balled out in that Dallas series.
That team was loaded.
Yeah,
that team was loaded, and like here's All-Star, here's their role players, like All-Star role players, like that. That whole team was all vets.
Anyway, anyway, we can keep going on this whole day, man. But we were originally here to talk about some of these Saturday morning cartoons, man, in honor of our first Saturday edition of Martha's Son. And Aaron, man, I haven't seen your video in a long time.
What are you talking about?
I haven't seen your video, man. I've just been seeing that picture with your blue and green eye.
Hey, I didn't put that up there.
Dude, that's what's up there, man.
You always had this conversation. You put it up there, Jim. He said you did it, Jim.
No, I can't. There it is. There it is.
You did it. You are doing it.
Yeah, it's not me, man. I got power, man, but I don't got that kind of power to turn you into, like, you know, someone from Wakanda.
Come on
now. All right, man. All right, dude.
You know when you get on the bus. They close the doors and they pull out the wine and meat trays. Like Eddie Murphy.
What are you talking about, dude?
Eddie Murphy, we dressed up like a white man, got on the bus. And they,
that's right.
Yeah, nobody's on here. What would you like
correct.
To dress, yes.
Like, I want to apply for a loan at the bank. Oh, here you go. Just take $1 million. Here you go.
You're good for it, sir.
I
saw. I'm not. Now this made me think about this. I know I shouldn't be saying this shit, but I saw this. I saw the Lance Armstrong documentary.
Yeah.
And it was like a intro into it. They had all the dudes on the USA bike team who were all dopers.
Yep.
And all of them were. And I'm looking at these dudes. Right? They all sit there. The lady asked each one of them, cut away. When did you start taking drugs? They're all like, oh, you're starting with the hard stuff first. They all were like in fucking McMansions. I was just like, they're like in part of the biggest doping scandal in all sports. And these motherfuckers land on their feet so fucking hard, it don't even fucking matter. I was just like, what is it?
I was hearing some ish.
It's like nothing happened. Like it's like they might have lost some brands or endorsements, but every last house was like fucking dope.
I heard some ish that they were like hiding like doping needles and stuff. Like in those Barbasol cans, like in Jurassic Park where we had the DNA samples.
Yes,
they had cans like that, like soda cans like that, where they would put like their doping needles and shit.
Yes. I'm just surprised they all land on their feet. They're all doing well. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Damn. I was like, okay.
Yeah, Lance Armstrong, like we talk about Jordan being the dick. Lance Armstrong was the ultimate dick. Like all the people he sued and crushed, just trying to prove that he was able to win those races with one testicle without any steroids.
He knew he was lying.
Yeah,
And he knew he was lying. But the only thing I will say is that the majority of people he was racing against were also doping back then.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
like,
It's just like Major League Baseball in the '90s. Unless
Right.
you're Frank Thomas,
right.
Should take the long ball, man.
they do.
That's it.
They do. Long ball,
Legit.
long wood. All right.
Amen. Amen. What they did.
Oh man, dude. So Saturday morning cartoons, man. That's I trying to bring this back around because this is this is going off the rails.
Yeah, we go off the rails real easy, man.
What
It ain't
happened?
that hard.
Well, so the big question is what the hell happened to Saturday morning cartoons, man? I remember waking up Saturday morning, big bowl cereal, sitting in the living room, popping on. There would be some like Fox Kids at
There's a
ABC.
whole story
Like
about that. You don't know the story? Whole story.
I gotta hear the story, man.
Yeah. The whole
What's-
Tell us,
story.
Papa. What's the story,
Internet.
Papa?
Cable TV,
Well, yeah.
the internet killed it.
Nicktoons, like Nicktoons, single-handedly put a death blow into it, man. When like Rugrats and Ren and Stimpy and all that came out, people were
Yep.
going there, and then companies, cable or the local stations were like, "Well, shit, we can just put on some news."
Kids didn't have to wait anymore.
Yeah,
You didn't have to wait.
Yeah.
You're, oh, well, I just watch it 24 hours a day. I ain't gotta get up at 7 in the morning.
yeah,
That's why these motherfuckers don't get up at 7 in the morning anymore on Saturday. Get up at fucking
Yeah, but-
11. At 5
Yeah, but
hours.
I didn't mind that. I don't mind getting up early. It was such tradition.
Yeah.
And
I love it. It's still ingrained in me.
Yeah.
I was up to date. Ain't no cartoons happening for me. I mean, I have my internet and shit I want
Yeah.
to watch. You know?
well, I think like you said, Z, that's what it is. It's availability. You know, everything's here at a drop of a hat. You know what I mean? You go if I want to watch some Ren and Stimpy, I can get online and watch it somehow. You know what I mean? I don't have to wait till 7:30 on Saturday night or Saturday morning to
Mhm.
watch this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Availability. It's a gift and a curse, man. You know,
yeah,
it takes away from the joys of, you know. I mean, it wasn't even really a struggle at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was,
no,
it was
you
just
got
a different era.
you think about it this way. You got up all the rest of the week to go to school.
Yep.
And then you got up fucking, you know what I mean? You was getting up.
yeah.
You-
But it was
you
just
know,
like I don't know, man. It was like the tradition. That's the one thing. Like I don't know, and maybe kids still do have this because there is that immediate, you know, that ability to have everything. But there are some things like I remember growing up. Like the big thing would be like on Friday night and Saturday night, I was allowed to sleep out in the living room because I didn't have like a TV in my room. We didn't have the smartphones or anything. It was just like that little something to look forward to. That you know, and with that immediate return, like you stop looking forward to things and you start expecting things. And I don't know. Like I don't want to sound like an old codger, but that's what I really miss is like that unique lineup. That hey, you would only get like once a week, and you know. But now I'm just binging everything. I can't complain too much, but
Yeah, it's not as special anymore.
no.
You know what I mean?
No.
It makes it doesn't make it. I don't know. It loses its effervescence. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like here it is. You had this great thing going on. Because I remember me, man. I would watch Saturday morning cartoons and then go right from that to wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
and then I watch that for like an hour or two, and then go outside and play.
Yeah.
And like that
Oh
that
yeah,
was-
man.
normal, probably from the 70s all the way till the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
man.
the game was over. At the end, the game was over, like noon or whatever. One, I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Then I go outside.
Then you go outside, yeah, let's-
You go.
Right
Oh,
now,
man.
son? What?
And let me tell you something, man. What was real dope about that was even in the summer, Saturdays were special
yeah.
because of it.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like, you know, you got like, man, I remember my lineup would be like, because we'd be bouncing back and forth between channels. It would be like Mr. Bogus. What was that? There was this video game review show, like, not Game Informer.
Nintendo.
No, it wasn't
Was it a
Nintendo.
one?
I'll think of it. It'll pop in my mind. You know, watching Ghostbusters, I think was like on it. The real Ghostbusters like at 8:30. Batman the Animated Series was on over at Fox, and then eventually on WB. Man, there was
And then you had, of course, you had your Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yep. Hammer,
all that jazz.
dude, Hammerman. I remember getting up and watching Hammerman. That was the show, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude put on his magic shoes and his parachute pants, and it was on.
Oh, yeah, I remember that cartoon.
You remember Pro Stars?
Of course. No, it was All Stars.
No, it was Pro Stars.
What was it? Pro Stars?
Yeah, Pro Stars with Wayne Gretzky,
It was Wayne
Bo
Gretzky.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bojack.
Yep,
Bojack.
Jordan.
Yeah. LeBron ain't got no cartoon.
No, he don't.
He got everything else though.
Yeah, he does.
Cartoon
He's got
TV.
everything, including receding hairline.
He's been at that. He's got that was the best part of the second to last Game of Thrones though.
Yeah, we shaved his head.
Stay away and shave your head. I was like, oh my god, that's fucked up. That was good.
The
I was
penultimate
like,
one was better, man. That's
good.
see, but you know, like even with the internet, like I every week, like when Game of Zones is out, like I'm like, yes, I'm looking forward to the new Game of
Yeah.
Zones.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they could even do something like that on Netflix, like just release, like if they're gonna have like a cartoon or something, like there's a new season of The Hollow.
Disney does that.
Yeah.
Disney Channel does that.
Oh, yeah,
Love that
yeah.
show.
One day.
The Hollow.
Netflix gives you content
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah. The Hollow's
You
shit.
know
I'm
what?
on season 2.
Yeah, I need to
Good.
start
What
season
is
2.
it?
The Hollow.
Season 2 of what?
The Hollow.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to watch it with him, but I'm not really feeling it.
It was.
Or
It
what
was.
I'm feeling is that new Scooby Doo movie, Scoob.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
It
No.
was awesome.
Was it
Did you
good?
see it? So
It was
Elijah's doing Elijah's recognizing in the I think the commercial like at the end or very beginning. The
Uh-huh.
beginning they go through time when they're young and they recreate the original opening scene.
Yeah.
The guy underwater, the ghost in the closet, and all that shit.
Yeah.
And Elijah's like, oh, that's from the original. That's from the original. I'm like, I said, Dad, you see that? I said, oh, I know that's from the original. No, that's from when I was your age. He was like, what? What are you talking about? I said, yeah, this show is like 50 years old.
Oh yeah.
At least,
This
at the
show is old
minimum.
as hell.
Let me tell you something. I'm getting like nostalgia feels right now because I'm just thinking about like Saturday morning, I'd be up watching the cartoons, eating the cereal and everything. My dad would eventually come down. Around 10 o'clock, there would be like the Bugs Bunny and Daffy show. My dad would sit down and watch that because my dad was all about like Bugs Bunny, still all about like Bugs Bunny and everything.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it shows a show that's older. Yeah, I love that. I love watching it now. I love them back then too.
Yeah, and then like the
Yeah, but it's like that. But I don't even see that on regular TV anymore. Like,
No, well,
Brothers.
it's on Boomerang every once in a while,
Yeah.
but
I gotta look up some of my favorite ones on YouTube,
yeah,
and some of my favorite ones are questionable.
yes,
Because shit.
there,
Some-
there's
Well, that's
My little man,
too, man.
the
Little mouse?
little short little white kid who go on the adventures.
yeah.
That's my favorite shit.
Oh, with
But
the
then
shirt.
he go to the deepest dark in Africa, and a little black dude chasing him. I was like, and I remember a time going, that's so cool. And I got older, I was like, oh wait a second, oh no.
The little.
I love that dude. He had imagination. He's my favorite one. He had imagination. He was a firefighter.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Little short dude. He'd be like,
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude.
4-year-old kid.
On the
It was dope.
my dad has some DVDs of like Bugs Bunny and Looney Tunes and stuff. Some of the ones that they had during World War II, holy hell, like
What?
because they did a lot of like
Disney had crazy shit in World War II shit.
yeah.
Disney had crazy shit. Disney shit about Donald Duck talking about fascism and
Oh, yeah.
Nazis and shit.
Yeah, you should
That's
see like the Japanese characters on these things, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Mad racist. Mad
Yeah.
racist. Hell. Like,
I mean,
I have Saturday morning cartoons. This YouTube just rolling on my TV right now in the car, so I'm looking at it.
oh, that's fire, dude.
Well, that's just how it was back then too, man.
Look at
I mean, like,
hey,
You look at the original Shang-Chi.
y'all remember Raggedy
Ann?
Ann?
Yellow.
Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm touching right now, do a little montage right now. I was like, I watched that shit with that
Yeah.
camel.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know what? I missed the Tick. I might have to go after this. I might have to go like get some lunch and watch the Tick.
You love that.
That was such a like I like it better now. And that was
Well,
right when
Rocky
like animation started getting better. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Rocky and
Solid.
Bullwinkle. It was the same one from the 50s. You watch now, it was still dope. I was just like,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
looking at him,
with that
so awesome.
real
It's
shitty
like,
animation.
I was born.
Mhm.
Dude, my dad has that on like DVD, like like the Flintstones. He's got all that junk.
Flintstones.
Classic. Classic.
Flintstones.
I like all those Hanna-Barbera ones, man. Like
Oh yeah.
Huckleberry
Spazos,
Hound.
Shazam,
Yeah, they just beat the superhero sci-fi genre way early.
the
The Hercules.
Trio.
C-Lab
Hercules is
2020.
like shit. Oh my god. C-Lab 2020? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was some.
I'm down with Hercules. That was my favorite
The
thing.
Herculoids.
So
Yeah.
many different characters.
Oh man,
So
this
many different enemies.
here's a show that as it was actually I only was able to watch it during the week. It wasn't on Saturday mornings. It was on like I don't know, like 7:30 in the morning before the news came on. Dinosaurs. Y'all remember that?
Dinosaur.
That was the same. Did we get this conversation before?
Probably.
Everything that came out, like the shark fins, or what's
Yeah.
the one? Tiger sharks,
Tiger Sharks. Yes.
right? Tiger
Oh.
sharks.
Tiger Sharks, Silverhawks, Thundercats. They were all the
Thundercats.
same
Yeah, it all
company.
came
Yeah.
off of Thundercats.
And they were all the same thing. It was just basically like the air version, the land version, the water version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
What were the birds called? The
Silverhawks.
dude.
Silverhawks.
Silverhawks. Yeah, Silverhawks. All that shit.
Silverhawks was cool as hell, man.
Oh
You
yeah,
had
it's cool.
that, you had that cowboy who was all in the blue steel, and he had his cowboy hat on, and his freaking guitar. Just and you had the Copper Kid. The Copper Kid was just a mute, you know what I mean? And but he was dope, you know. It was such a, and of course you got, you know, your daily. This is how to be a good human, kids.
Yeah.
Be nice to your parents.
The more you know. Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly.
Which
of course-
I'm looking at something like
G.I. Joe.
Oh, it's like Silverhawks right on time. Oh my god.
Dude,
Right.
even cable, man. Like when the original Nicktoons came out, when there was like Doug and Ren and Stimpy, and like that was only on like once a week. It's not like the proliferation of SpongeBob that you have now, where it's like literally an entire channel dedicated to it. But you know,
True.
like even so, when the Saturday morning started failing on public TV, flip over to Nickelodeon, man. Like Doug was a decent show, man. I actually went back and watched them not too long ago.
That also goes to like the creative, you know, people. There were actually, you know, companies that had writers
Yeah,
that had to do the stuff. You know what I mean? It wasn't all just homogenized and shit.
yeah,
There's all kinds of different companies. I hope it gets back to that.
yeah.
Not anyone can make their own content. So I want, you know, but I like to see more of that creativity
Yeah.
out there.
See, that's. I know we were talking about like writing movie scripts, man. We should.
Dedication to funding too, and funding
Yeah.
these people so they can do this for a living. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we're coming into like an era now where crowdfunding is becoming legit enough. Like honestly, like if we're doing this show and you know we're making product and things from it, like we can use like Patreon or stuff that like people can donate money. Like that's why people get paid to like stream video games and stuff. People are willing to pay and support the content creators, man. Like
Yeah.
shoot, I mean, if we wanted to, we could probably start making our own Saturday morning cartoon. I mean, I have some some animation experience, man. It's not much better than Archer. I'll tell you that. It's not, it's not much better than
not
Archer.
bad.
Still watch that shit.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's all about content to me, man. If the content's
yeah.
solid, I could get past the visuals.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
As long as the content's solid.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
gotta have the visuals. I gotta have the visuals.
Really?
I-
I mean,
Yeah,
it could look good. You know
I
what
don't
mean?
mind-
But-
well, Wait. Hold up, Z. Wait, you just got done talking about how awesome Rocky and Bullwinkle was, and you're gonna talk about visuals? I mean, that literally was like somebody they were crapping out that show every week, man. There was no visuals.
Everybody knew back then. That was fine. Whatever. I can understand if you do something in the 50s, that's what it looks like. But if
But
you're
Rocky
like,
Bullwinkle came out in what? Late
it's
50s?
dope. It's dope. It's dope. And that, for me though, that's more of a style thing.
Yeah,
And that style is dope. Like I wear it on a shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wear
yeah.
those images on a shirt. I mean, that's like, I think that's dope stylistically. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you gotta have some level of style to it. And then, I mean, obviously, it's not gonna be like $1 million studio putting out something.
Yeah.
So I would always, if I was on this project, I would always try to get it better and better and better.
Oh, yeah.
You know, more money to it, make it look better. You know,
Oh, yeah.
that'd be
Oh, no,
my-
absolutely.
Obviously, you're gonna do something like that. Start out, it's not gonna be perfect.
I
That
mean,
would be my goal.
but
The
if you-
artistic aspect of it is important in creating something like a cartoon.
so
You know,
I think the thing
two-dimensional, you should look at it.
I think the thing that, I mean, one, style is definitely there, but also I think world consistency is important too. Like if you're gonna choose a style, it's got to be consistent throughout the show. And the other thing is animation fluidity. Like how decently fluid is the animation? Like you can have something that's really crudely drawn, but if it is fluid enough in animation, it's gonna be it'll be okay. But you know, to Aaron's point, like you can have
Like
the most,
Samurai Jack.
yeah, you can have the most beautiful show in the world, but if the content isn't good, you're not gonna watch it because people aren't necessarily.
Content's,
Yeah,
no, content's gonna be garbage. It's like, why am I watching this?
yeah, but the
You
art
know,
art will always get better. Like I go
Yeah.
back and I watch like the original Ghostbusters. That animation was awful. Like I'm not gonna even lie. I mean,
You know what you can do that with? You can do that in argument with Simpsons too.
oh yeah,
Simpsons animation got way better.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Simpsons started out and then it got like, you know,
that's what it
way
is with
better.
most of those shows, though. Like if you watch an animated show, that's been on for at least 5 years.
Mhm.
You go back and you watch the first season, and you'll see the growth. You know,
oh yeah.
hell, you see with Rick and Morty right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
great show.
That's actually what I'm gonna watch right after this. I need to catch up on my Rick and Morty.
Simpsons started on Tracy
Bro.
Morgan.
Yeah,
Tracy, what's her name?
Ullman.
Oh my God, not Tracy, but
Tracy
Tracy
Ullman.
Ullman.
Yeah,
That's where it started. And I was like, with that, think about that,
Yeah,
and like what it is now, and that's I mean that's the transition.
yeah.
That's
I
I
mean-
mean, $1 million budget.
I mean, Aaron. I mean, look at my Christmas movie. That first Christmas movie I did when it was just like a bunch of still images to the one that I did. I mean, you're just
Yeah.
always going to. It's going to get better like over time. I mean, everything does. I mean, look at early Eminem versus Eminem now.
True.
I mean,
Although, you know what? That'd be a good battle to see. Young
What
M
did you
versus,
say?
versus old
What did
M.
you just say? What did
He
you
said
say?
Eminem. He said Eminem content.
Like,
His
his joke.
His skills are better now than they were back when he
Yeah.
was
Joke.
out.
What's happening? That was a joke, right?
what Eminem then?
Eminem. You
Yeah.
think Eminem's better now than he was? You don't think that?
From a technical perspective, yeah.
All right. Let's
Like
let's-
maybe not from like a content perspective. We're not talking content. We're talking about like artistic style. Like his flow is more in depth, like and precise now than it was. Like I'll still take his earlier stuff from like a content perspective, but like from a technical perspective, it's worlds different. His speed, his words per minute, his rhyme scheme, all of that has evolved.
It's evolved, but he came out the gate hot,
Oh yeah.
and he never really fell off it. He was like,
He's
"Hey, fell off."
not gonna fall. He's a white rapper. He's
Hey.
not gonna fall. What the fuck are you talking about? Early Eminem is a god. This dude now is like an old man trying to rekindle shit, starting fights with people.
Oh,
All he
I'm
has
not
to
going
do
that
is
far.
bark on the microphone and sell a million albums. Dude, Eminem, are you serious? Are we really doing this? Eminem is good.
I'm saying
It's technicality because he can put 20 words in 1 second. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, but that's-
he's saying it's like
Do
content,
that.
bro.
You're saying that.
What he's talking
That
about
shit is
is
not dope. Early Eminem is dope.
I'm not okay. Time out.
Raucous, Eminem on Raucous is real.
Time
Eminem
out.
Rock Records was
We're talking two different things.
Was
Deep breath.
Sound,
Deep breath.
thank you.
Pause.
You.
Pause. I'm saying I'm not arguing the content because that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the evolution of art, like how things get better over time. From like I said, technically speaking, His cadence is better. His rhyme scheme is much more advanced than it was back in the day. You know, that's all I'm saying. Like, we can argue the content and all that. That's a different show. Like, I can argue that the animation for The Simpsons is better now than it's ever been. The content is not nearly as good.
Point taken. Point taken.
I don't know. That shit don't do it for me. I don't know.
I'm just saying. As a lyricist, I really appreciate how what Eminem, the transition of Eminem's style over the years.
It's probably because you are rappers, so you appreciate that.
The arts.
I guess. I appreciate the art too, but for me, it's like the visual thing. It's visual. Like we were talking about the animation. I made cartoon. I was like, it's gotta look good. Like rap. Yeah, I gotta feel that shit. If I don't feel it,
all right. So I got some comments here.
Oh, there's 1,000 words in 1 minute. Great. That don't mean shit.
It's just from a technical yeah. Listen. I actually just got right now some comments in about some different lists, man. So I'm gonna rattle some things off for you about like different shows here. Hong Kong Phooey, Looney Tunes, Land of the Lost, Space Ghost.
Oh yeah, live action started wearing. There's all kinds of live action.
I remember that. That
was scary.
Captain Kangaroo. Oh, dude. How about the Hair Bear Bunch? You remember them?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Fat Albert.
Fat Albert was a shit.
Foghorn and Leghorn.
Oh, of course.
Oh man, one of my kind of closet favorites, Jabberjaw, man, because that like remind me. He was just a straight knockoff of Curly Man, but love that dude.
Oh, Jabberjaw.
Yeah, he was a big old shirt. Yeah.
They're in a band. The girls in the band were hot.
Yeah, it's like Jem. You remember Jem?
Yes. Ooh, Jem. Yeah, Jem, man.
Got the earrings.
It was the anime, so I was like, sorry, I watched it, but it was like, probably shouldn't be watching this. Don't want to tell nobody I watched it. It's some girls.
Yeah.
Remember Captain Caveman? Shoot, man.
Dude.
I had.
Tracy Morgan did that voice.
Hey, what about when the new Blue Falcon rolled up on him? He looking at him like I said to Elijah, he about to jack him up. Elijah saw it that morning before I did. Like, he woke up early and saw it, so he already knew. I was trying to be like, oh, he gonna mess this dude up. I thought Elijah said something. He said, oh, I know, I saw it this morning. I was like, oh, you already started with a surprise. Captain Caveman about to jack this dude up. That was dope.
Yeah.
I got Beetlejuice just showed up on the screen.
Yeah, I remember that.
Beetlejuice.
There was one episode, man. There was literally one episode where he was like eating eyeballs, and I was eating a leftover sub at the time, and like a string cheese came out, and I'm like, I can't. I had to push it. I was like, no. That was yeah.
Didn't I tell you guys I can't watch Preacher and eat?
Why?
It's disgusting. I'm trying. I can't watch this shit. They always do something nasty. Always do something nasty.
I'm gonna ask for a quick spoiler. Don't just tell me too much. Just don't say too much. But did they show the priest who is constantly stuffing his face?
Oh yeah.
Okay, they did show him. All right.
Yeah, that's nasty as fuck. That's what I'm talking about. They do shit like that. You were reading that comic. You knew this was this nasty, so I had no idea. I'm getting my lunch or something. I'm watching it. I'm sitting there like, all right, I'll start watching. All of a sudden, you look at the TV and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Put the phone down, you pause it. I cannot do it. Some nasty.
He's got a character. His name is Assface. His name is Assface.
When he start talking, slobbering on himself, I'm sitting there like, I can pause it or put the food down. One thing or
the other. Make up those beef purees and like.
I need a straw under a straw, and then listen. And it's listen. This is the dilemma though, because I'm trying to eat. I got to choose between TV and eating. That's why it so pisses you off. You sit there like,
Dude, just
Well,
put
why
on
don't
something
pause the
else,
show?
man.
Put on
Just put on
something
something
different.
else.
I don't want to pause the show. It's fucking preacher. I love it. So I gotta make a choice. I gotta be like, damn it, which one is this fucking thing? Literally like this. Oh,
Oh,
disgusting, Jim.
oh,
It's
dude,
disgusting.
dude, that's the thing. Like,
Children made
I
that
remember,
show. People like us made that show.
I remember,
Great.
I remember one time I was watching the Rams play football, right? And I had this big bowl of meatballs that I had just, tried to warm up in the microwave. And they're still a little bit cold, right? Because I didn't get the heat all the way through. But I'm not
That's
getting
what I
ready to
don't
eat
hate
them.
that with meatballs, though. I hate that with meatballs.
Yeah,
When they'll get
it's
to
the
center,
worst. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm eating them, and like this is a pack of meatballs. This is some of the meatballs that we stole from Serafini's when Coker and I used to
Oh,
work there.
shit. Oh, Serafini's, though. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, yeah. Coker and I used to work there, and one day, like, we need some meatballs for a tailgate that we were doing for the high school football game. So we went in the freezer. We literally stole like 120 meatballs, like a big like baker's tray of meatballs. So we took all those meatballs out, and so I had kept them in the freezer because we didn't use them all. So I'm sitting there, I'm laying on the bed, and I'm eating it. And then they show this zoom in picture of Marshall Faulk like standing in the backfield, plays about to start, just bends over and vomits. I'm like, yep, nope, done.
Really? Marshall Faulk cute? Wow.
Yeah, a lot of football players, like when you're running that hard, like over and over again,
Yeah.
it happens a lot.
Yeah.
But
Got
yeah,
ripped up.
that has nothing to do with Saturday morning cartoons, and has everything to do with the fact that you gotta be careful. Like you gotta be careful, man, what you're watching when you're eating.
Yeah.
Important.
It was bad. That show was bad. I'm telling you.
Preacher.
It's so good though, but it's bad. It's like,
I I kind of felt that way a little bit with The Boys. Like
I didn't watching that yet.
I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that way.
at least like in the first episode when like the dude like when that Flash character ran through the guy and he was just holding the hands. Yeah, I'm like, I don't really want to have this ketchup on my fries at the moment. It's like,
so dumb.
Well, in the book, it was Simon Pegg's character whose girlfriend's arms got ripped off, and it was cool. to see in the show, it was like, oh,
yeah. Simon Pegg is awesome.
he is.
But yeah, dude. I'm trying to think of some of the I remember watching like the Ninja Turtles. I remember watching Garfield and Friends.
Animaniacs.
And a little bit. I'm probably higher in Animaniacs now than I was back then.
You know what's on here right now?
What's up?
In between each cartoon was a self-help cartoon. This is the one about eating right and healthy. This is right. Always has something like that. Get out, be active, don't eat all this crap. Always something to help the kids. Always about helping the kids.
Yeah.
And my product helps kids though.
Dude, Schoolhouse Rock, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Schoolhouse Rock.
I'm just a bill.
Yeah. We learned a lot. This is what we still hold on to. Those songs you hold on to, that's like no shit.
Do you remember that spoof of it on Family Guy?
Oh.
Like, Vagina Junction, what's your function? Taking out sperm and spitting out babies. Oh, man.
And women gonna hate you forever.
Well, it's all right. Our viewer count went down to 0 for a moment. People are having some internet issues, but it's all good.
Hey, Brave Star, Native American.
Yo.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Horse turns to
Race, I was the shit.
He got the powers of the cheetah and the puma and the bear.
Wait till the bear.
I forgot about him.
He had a horse and a shotgun.
Yeah.
His horse carried a shotgun.
Yeah. His horse would stand up, humanoid form, shotgun. Oh, and here's Bill Cosby. Oh, God. Anyway.
Dude, going back and watching the Cosby Show, man, and seeing how
Brown
like
Hornet.
that dude
No, I
was
don't
seriously
care, like,
thirsty In the whole show, he was thirsty.
The values. I mean, the values off the Cosby Show that I remember growing up, helped me become
Oh
a better.
no, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of good things, man. But when you look back on it, man, it's just like I can see why. Like at the every episode, man, you see Cosby looking at Claire like,
Yeah.
dude was thirsty, man.
Supposed to.
And then, oh yeah, but you also remember it's like how like every time they ate that special barbecue sauce, they all got like horny and everything.
George John Amos, they had John Amos on Vlad TV, and they asked him about it, and he said, "Yeah, I ever heard about the rumors my whole career in Hollywood." Like the whole time he heard that stuff. That stuff was going on with Bill the whole time.
Who said this? Man?
Like the Catholic Church though. John Amos, following from Good Times, Coming to America.
Oh.
They interviewed him. He said, "Yeah, I knew about it the whole time. Everybody knew the rumors. It was all going on. But saying that the Catholic Church, same shit. Shit just wasn't talked about.
Huh.
You know,
Yeah.
abuse of women and children is not talked about. You know, recently it is, but even now it's not really. Powerless. It's always the powerful versus the powerless.
Yeah, and we're
Always the issue.
yeah.
Well, hold on. Hey, I just noticed something. Why is Azim's name Elspeth Coley? What the hell is that?
Yeah.
What is it? You fixed it.
What's funny is when Nazim was coming into the room and I saw that name, I'm like, did my Zoom just get hacked? Who did?
By Elspeth, obviously.
Yeah, that's Kate, because she's the last one to use this for Zoom. So it must have just gone on her shit. Or it's on her shit or whatever.
It's all right, man.
Elspeth? What does
Yeah.
that mean?
That's her. It's like Elizabeth, but like older Elizabeth. Like some fucking ancient queen princess shit from the white people world. The West.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a dope ass name.
Yeah.
But,
From
like,
white people world, really?
yeah. Way over here.
And now if we want to make a
a
modern like black person name, do we add like a duh in front of it? The Elsbeth?
Islands or something like
Devon. Devon's a good name, damn it.
I like that. That's a good name.
Devon or
I like that
Devon?
name.
Devon.
Devon. Depends how you spell it.
You put it one of those phantom apostrophes that have
like
nothing to do
Dwayne.
with anything.
Dwayne Wayne.
Dwayne.
You spelled my name wrong. I was like, no, I didn't. That's how it sounds. I don't care. It's spelled this way.
It's like Pat Sertan.
Patrick Surtain.
Man, his son's gonna be a baller.
Patrick Surtain's son?
Yeah, plays for Alabama.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, wait. Yeah. Alabama.
Yeah. His dad
Yes.
played for the Finns.
Yes.
Sam
His son's at
Madison.
Alabama. His son not drafted though. It's next year, right? Or
Yeah,
is it
next
draft?
year. Next year.
Next year. He's gonna-
Yeah, he's
alright,
gonna be a beast.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on the Patriots.
Probably because why not? Fucking Patriots.
Wow, he's way too high. The only way to
Oh.
get him. Y'all ain't gonna
Did y'all hear about this new thing that they were trying to do? Like, if you have a minority coach, you can improve your draft position.
Yeah, it's like
Is that a thing?
It almost was. They didn't. It didn't
that
pass.
goes against competition. That goes against competition.
I don't like the idea, and obviously I'm probably not the right shade to be commenting on it, but I'm going to anyway because it's my show. Damn it. But like I don't like the idea. Like it's like I don't like the Rooney Rule. Not
I like
because.
the Rooney Rule.
Because
I love the-
I don't like the fact that there has to be a Rooney Rule. That's what bothers me. Like you
Well,
have to try to
hey,
legislate.
Why would you not like it? See, if you don't like the reason there has to be one, and you know there has to be one, so why don't you like the rule? You probably stop saying you don't like the rule.
No. I don't like the fact that there has to be like that. There's so much systemic racism out there that they have to figure out a way to try to legislate equality. That's the part I don't like about it.
Don't say you hate the rule. You don't hate the rule. You understand why the rule exists.
Yeah.
And it's a good rule. And they're down on it, which they should do.
Like,
All hiring, which they should do. and they're doing that right now. But it's the only thing I'll say is this about the only thing. Like, if you want, I like to look at race like by numbers and years and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like races all over the world, races, flatheads and roundheads in England, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing.
Yep.
1,000 years ago. You know, Rome's influence all over Western Europe.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing. You know, Hungary. You know, the fucking Genghis Khan. You know,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's got a little bit of him in them all over fucking Europe, and like like that's the thing. Things take time. Like civil rights movement, laws about equality. You know, that's the fucking 60s, 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Jim Crow, shit like that. You know, that went all the way up to like almost the 80s. We're talking about 2020 and shit. Shit ain't gonna be right for another fucking 150 years. I don't know.
Well, no, in 150 years it'll be somebody else.
It ain't gonna be right till then. It ain't gonna be right. So now you gotta legislate shit. You gotta regulate shit. Because everybody wants to look at themselves. Everyone sees themselves in the mirror every day. That's what they want to see. When your kid comes home with a boyfriend or girlfriend, you want the motherfucker to look like you. Base course, straight up. That's what you want. That's gonna happen. You gotta accept them, whatever you do, whatever. You want your son to come home with. Okay, you want your son to come home with a girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
gotta do that. He comes home with a boy. Shit like that.
And one of my parents was so disappointed in me.
You want your whole life. You think about this shit. When you have kids, and that's what you want to have. You expect your kid to do this, and then they do whatever the fuck they want to do, and you gotta deal with it. But we like ourselves. You know what I mean? We like ourselves. We live for ourselves.
That's
So
why.
like yourself.
That's why I'm not racist, because I hate myself. So
No, I mean, like, but
any,
even, like,
if my kids come home bringing home anybody like me, I'm gonna be like, listen, man, you can do fucking better. You gotta do better.
But this is a good point, though. It seems brought up a good point, because I know for me personally, I know my mentality and how I look at things would be different if I were to walk out into the world and see more people like myself be respected and be in all parts of society and have them be respected.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's weird because 2 or 3 years ago, when Black Panther came out, and seeing an all black cast, for the most part, go and do so well.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of that movie, like, I don't know, it's weird, man. Like for like the first time in like my life, honestly, like I walked out feeling like, I don't know. I'm like, this is what white people must feel like. You know what I mean? It's like the world is mine. You know what I mean?
Everybody looks the same around them. When I went to San Francisco, I saw. This is the first big city I've ever been to outside of Washington D.C. years ago. And that was the same experience there, where I saw a lot of black people. And when I was in San Francisco, I saw a lot of brown people, like Asians, Mexicans, black people. I was like, Jesus, and that's my complexion. And like, I'm not Asian or Mexican, but I was like, everybody looks like me. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, everybody looks like me. And I was like, damn, this shit is fucking dope. It's fucking,
And it feels good because
minorities, like a couple white people here and there.
you feel like when you walk into a store, you're not going to be hounded and followed. You know, like, I'm just a part of society. I don't have to carry this cross, you know, what it is to be black in America. You know what I mean? It's like, I can walk out the door and be like, oh, yep, do. Like, no, it's like, I gotta, like, automatically, my mind is wary of, you know, shady racist people, and you can't help it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what it's like not to feel that every day. You know what
So
I mean?
do I.
To get up and just go. You know what I mean?
Like I say,
because the motherfuckers look at him, they say shit right in his face, probably.
well, no, I mean,
Like, oh shit.
so
Just like,
I'll give you. It's actually like, let me tell you, that has happened, and I'm like, seriously, dude, you can't say that. Why? I'm like, son of a bitch. But no, like for me, like this is more me just being paranoid in general. Like I always assume that people are talking shit about me anyway, and so I'm always looking at them like, all right, you're out trying to get me. So, but the one thing that I always try to keep in mind is that would things be any better if the situation was reversed? If
Be in the
white,
same boat.
yeah, it would just be white people in the same boat that would be fighting for equality.
Yeah.
Like it's
not
just it's a
about-
human
but it's not
condition.
about a versus situation. It's like eliminating the idea
Yeah,
of seeing color like that. And
Yeah.
that's not going to happen until. I mean, you're talking about it happened serious, like hundreds
yeah.
of years.
I
It's not gonna
actually,
be- it's gonna
I was
like,
actually
your kids
writing
are-
a,
Nobody notices color in
I was-
America because there are forces that want to keep it like this.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't
Of course, of course.
Like they do not want progress based on race alone, which is like insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got somebody else in the country who's doing that. You talking
But
about?
exactly. But that's his thing, right?
Hey, that's Kanye's boy you're talking about.
But that's what I said before about you like your what you see in the mirror. You like your mom. My boy at work, right? He's a manager. He's younger than me. Perry, and he goes, my grandpa was racist as hell. And I'm sitting there like, yeah. And he goes, well, but you know, that's how they were back then. I said to him, Perry, at some point, you gotta take responsibility for what your actions and what you say as a grown ass man. And he was all like, boy, yeah. And I was like, yeah. He said, my dad's a little racist too. I said, Perry, at some point, you gotta take responsibility. I said, well, you're not that bad. Huh? I see you're not as bad as those two people. And he goes, yeah, I guess I'm not. I said, but you probably are a little racist. He was like, hey. I was like, yeah.
Listen, man.
It's probably not so much racist as it is prejudice.
There's
Which I think everybody has a little
Yeah,
bit of
he's
that.
not
everybody.
He's prejudiced. His grandfather's probably racist as fuck. Perry might be a little prejudiced. There is a difference. Perry
There's
can
a big
throw
difference.
votes, keep black people out of elections and shit, or lynch somebody. You know what I mean? That's like real active shit to kill someone. But his grandpa was probably at a lynching and standing there with eating fucking ice cream.
he is ice. Why's a white guy gotta eat ice cream, man?
I was like, were you in Tulsa 1921?
They got pictures everywhere.
But it's true,
All the
man.
lynches, motherfuckers eating ice cream.
I do like ice
Ice
cream.
cream, watching, eating hot dogs, entertainment. It's entertainment. It was.
You know, though, that's
I went on CNN.
quite a bit, man. Let's talk about preview and that.
They ran down to the lynch. It was white people getting hung too. White people got hung too.
You know, Aaron, no wonder you were so like
Everybody went
apprehensive
down
of coming to the Coon BQ when I invited you.
Exactly. Best football name ever. Most racist football name ever. Green Bay. Coon. All black people be like, damn. Everybody took that fucking ball.
Y'all understand?
I'm like, dude, really?
Y'all
Like,
understand that if I marry a black female, that's gonna be her last name.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
she ain't gotta take that shit. If I see her, I'm gonna say you ain't gotta take his name. That's a fact. You gotta
Listen.
take his name.
Oh, fuck
First
that,
of
man.
all-
Keep families together. Take that damn name.
First of all, the name. I mean, this isn't gonna defend anything because
this is not a servant. It's a sexist society. You gotta take your name. She ain't gotta take your name.
she doesn't
She's
have
married
to.
you.
But if she chooses to, that's gonna be her name.
If she chooses to, I'm gonna talk to her. Hopefully she doesn't. So don't do that to you.
But
Oh,
first
man,
of
make a
all,
family a
first of
family.
all,
Take
it's
the name,
it's
damn it.
completely
Irrelevant.
different spelled.
We're not taking her name.
And it actually, do you know what it means in German? My last name?
Of course, it's German. Jesus.
Well, yeah, I'm white, dude. Like 95% of all white people in America are German.
Oh, German.
I know.
And
That's
the
why
rest-
they drop bombs.
Well, yeah.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
But anyway, plus technically,
Man, no.
you know what? We would have dropped the bomb on Germany if it was ready.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh yeah, we would. Like
On Germany?
Yeah, we would have.
They were coming next, bro.
Never in a million years. You're
Yeah.
not dropping the bomb in your grandmother's homeland.
Oh yeah, we
No.
would, dude. Of all the bombs that we
That's
already
good.
dropped on them. Like first of all, nobody knew the kind of destruction that was going to happen. Second of all, we dropped the bomb less about being Japan and more about trying to intimidate Russia.
Google it. We dropped on it because it was a bunch of yellow people. We didn't give a
Whoa.
fuck.
We got a
Google
current
it.
situation.
What am I googling? Like I can Google that and the sources will come back all sorts of skewed. There was a it wasn't even ready yet for Germany.
We got a current situation going on right now where Hong Kong is almost in the same position as Berlin. You know what I mean? It's like they're trying to do their own thing, and then here's China, and it's bad right now, and it's only gonna get worse. Like,
But And going back to the point, my last name is German, and I think it's German for like intelligent.
Okay.
Yes.
So suck my intelligent last name, bitches.
Ooh. They're saying
Well, you gotta do
intelligent.
something about it, man.
Because man, because the intelligent people are assholes. Because we have to deal with all the stupid people in the world. Going, are you serious?
This is true, man. There's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there.
Oh,
Dumb
man.
shit. Dumb
Yeah.
motherfuckers running the country.
Justice League. Not Justice League, but what they call it? Super Friends. That's it.
Super Friends. I got that on
Super Friends.
DVD.
Classic.
There they go.
All right, man. So that's our hour for this morning, man. I hope you all out there had a good time. We kind of deviated a little bit
Sorry
into
for
some
off the rails,
politics.
guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, if you're still listening, Nani, have a happy birthday. Enjoy the cake and the wine. But for the rest of everyone, have a good weekend, and we will see you on Wednesday, where we will have our assassin draft. Boom, boom,
I'm gonna
boom.
add some more. I'm gonna add some more.
Yeah, keep adding, man. Like, there's gonna be a cutoff of Monday evening. Like Monday, the lists have to be final because that's gonna be our
All right.
draft pool.
Azim, how many on your list?
25 maybe. But then